It's another R2 build, and this time, this one should be something special inside, plus being able to finish up some of the parts that we've already done. So better stay tuned. This is your Geek Fix. So we have done quite a bit in these past few videos, completing the legs and the head and putting in sensors and things like that, testing sensors we got to do last time, and now got a box to kind of finish up some of these things, but also has a special thing in it. So again, this is going to be one of our special gifts. I got to apologize in advance again. I have the air conditioning on because it is really hot here. Once when I'm inside the box, inside our box, we have something new. It's our newest gift. I don't have on the shirt that we got in our last gift box, but I'm also afraid to put this on and ruin my hair, right? Let's see, does it have a tag in it? Oh no, oh, it does have some cardboard though. So this is a Star Wars build your own R2-D2 hat. Which is too small for my head until I adjust it. So, I don't know. It might be too small in general. What do you think? It kind of fits. Okay. But, yeah, not a bad hat. I might give that to one of my kids. Somebody with a little smaller head than mine, apparently. All right. And moving right along, looks like we have more pieces to our head. I knew that we would. I think we're going to be getting panels all along the way from here on out. So here's some more panels and more of the foot, it looks like. We have another panel here, and we've got our cables for our leg, which I actually have an extra cable somewhere over here. So I do have some extra parts in case some things break. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. And over here I have a motor, so it looks like we're going to be putting that in maybe. And oh, this looks very similar to a piece that we already have. Another sensor of some sort. I think this might go also to the bottom of the foot, the other foot, which you'll remember that just in this last box or boxes, we had a clear plastic square that we used that's supposedly going to help, I don't know, it's going to help something. So I'm guessing that they have that plastic piece already coming with this piece right here. And then we have our magazines and nothing else in the box, not even paper this time. Go ahead and close that up. And so again, these magazines seem to be really focused on Return of the Jedi, or Revenge of the Jedi, as it mentioned. Particularly a lot of the Jabba scenes. So in the last set, we had a lot about the Ewoks, now a lot about Jabba's floating palace, which I don't know if you've seen it. One thing I think would be cool to have, there is a pretty good size, I think it's probably about this long, palace that is for the, I want to say it's for the 3.5 inch, but maybe I'm wrong, toys, and it is huge, and it's about $350, so not exactly cheap. We also have a bit in here about Boba Fett, which I'd be curious to hear in the comments what your picture was or your feelings were about the book of Boba Fett, how it started out. If you thought that it was strange that they started out that way, or I've heard mixed reviews. We also have robotic delivery services, which are not in my area, but if you have one near you, I'd be interested to see if you got what you needed. We're going to be starting off with issue 55, which right off the bat is putting on that motor. So, here's my issue 55. Where did I put it? Over here? Sure enough. I'm just going to use the scissors as much as possible now. Alright. And there's also screws in here, so I want to be careful about that. And I'm going to take out this here motor, put it right here, and I'm going to be taking this part, just as you see it right here, and I'm going to be taking this motor right here, and we're going to be sticking it inside of that hole, just like that. And next, let's see here, after I've done that, I'm going to be sticking in a couple of screws, which are going to be these screws that it came with. Even though in the drawing they have them as black screws, which I do have some black screws, but it does appear to be these longer screws that are going to go in here. 1, 2, up here, somewhere, there we go, 3, and 4. Okay. And then we just got to screw those in using our screwdriver, which is hidden at the moment. This is the problem with me doing so many all at once. Oh, here we go. I'm not being as organized as I could or should. Wow, are they going in or are they not? They're not quite lined up. Oh, there we go. Interesting. So it's at a slight slant in the same angle as the arm itself. So that's why I wasn't finding the holes. And all right. So once we've got all those inside of there, I'm going to be taking a cable, which I happen to have over here. I do believe that it's this one right here. Yep, it is. Just got to undo that cable here. Now this is one of those cables too that, at least this one I know the length of it, because we know where it has to meet up. So you can't, once when it's plugged in, it's really going to help us to know just how long and where it's got to go. But we're going to be plugging it in right here, just like that. And then, whoops, I got to take this part, slide it underneath this piece over here so that it will not be stuck on the outside by accident. And perfect, just like that. Then this is where our other set comes in, which must be right here or here. Now I've got two. This is actually from the first leg that I did, which I took out and I replaced because I didn't measure things right, which it should say right about here. So I'm going to be taking this at these two ends, and I'm going to be just placing the small end. So there's these two ends. I'm going to take that small end, I'm going to be sticking it also up through here. Oh, just like that. Okay. And in the same way. Okay. Very good. There's nothing we're plugging to the other side yet because that's going to be for our sensor, which I think I'm actually going to put on today. So that should make this whole process a little bit easier. Last time, I know putting it all together really got me. So here's where it gets tricky. So I need this to be exactly 135 millimeters, which for those of us in the US is about 5.4 inches if you round up. So 5.4 inches be right right about there. So this long, I guess, 4.35. So I don't know. So then that part goes through there. And then I just gotta maintain that this has to stick right here. Now I'm gonna get out the zip ties. Here they are right here. They gave us that in our last packages, or set of packages. So now we're actually gonna use them. So we're gonna put those through each of these over here. So I'm going to take all my wire and then I'm going to trim each of these. Just forgot that. Okay, perfect. Now we've got that all done, and I think I got it okay. But if we messed up, there's the only way to get back in is to take the whole thing apart again. The way that this works is both the outer ends. Gotta be careful that I don't lose the greeblies that are on there. Okay. And then, if you have problems with fitting this part on, the problem that I found last time actually was partially those zip ties. the tops of them can get in the way and make it hard sometimes to flatten it out. I have to move the heads of those around to make it fit. Okay, I might have gotten it at this point. And then I also need it to go, because it has to go all the way through into this. I need that on the outside in its spot where it needs to be. And so, yeah. So everything's kind of held together like this now. Hopefully you get everything in place before you go screwing it into place. And now we're going to be using all these little black screws that it came with. And we're going to be putting a lot of them into this thing. So I'm going to start actually in the middle. And my reasoning for that is that hopefully, if I start in the middle and work my way outward, that it will all clamp down in place pretty nicely. Oh, shoot. Okay, it looks like it. There we go. Gosh darn it. Okay. Alright, so in the end I did have to use my Pip-Boy's screwdriver because this one, the handle just wasn't big enough for me to really get the torque I needed to get the screws in. At first I thought they weren't fitting, but apparently it was more that they just needed a little bit more turn on them. But at the same time, everything looks like it's together at this point, I should say. When we've done that, we're gonna slide this part right here over this, like so maybe. There it goes, just tight fit, and should slide up right up to there like that. And then I'm gonna be getting this piece right here, and I believe, nope. Oh yeah, it's both this piece and one of the pieces that we built this last time as well. So this one goes on the outside, like so. This one goes on the flip side, like so. And there is an area here for the wires to fit through. So I gotta also make sure that my wires are gonna fit underneath that little space as I put it on here. And just like that. Okay. You'll remember we put together in one of our recent boxes, we put these greeblies together. These go onto this portion back here. It looks like the blue has to point upward. Wait. Yeah. So this one goes on this side, just like that. And then this one goes on this side, just like this. Clamp. There it goes. And then, want to make sure that my wires are fitting underneath this little portion right here as I slide it over. I should clamp. Oh, there it goes. Just took a little pushing. Okay, now we just got to screw those on. Same type of screw we just barely used. This time I'm just going to start off with my Robco Vault-Tec, I should say, screwdriver. Whoops. Let's see. Yeah, it's just so much easier. There we go. Okay, So we got our 4 screws on. Our wires look all nice and tidy underneath that clamp area. This has plenty of room for coming around and hooking on to my sensor and things. Hopefully it's not too short at this point. It does look like the shortest one though. Man, better not be. I hope that they gave some level of stretch on this, but at any rate. Alright, and so with that, we're done with this volume. In our next issue, we're actually going to be jumping to the head, so I'm going to move this over here. And then, 56, that's this bag right here. Actually, I'm not going to unstaple these anymore because the staples are real dangerous. Especially when I'm throwing them on the floor. No screws in this one that I'm seeing, so that's good. Alright. And we've got some other metal pieces that I know go onto my leg. I'm going to put those over here for a second. Bringing back my dome panel once again. This is what we've got so far on there, right there. But we're going to add now some more panels, and I'm still using that stupid tape. I heard it's better to use your own tape. Like I said, you have some double-sided tape or just some general tape around. And I thought about doing that. To consider when you do it yourself, you might want to consider doing that. But for the purpose of what I'm going to be doing, because I'm trying to do it the way that they're instructing, I'm going to forego that at the moment. Looks like the area that we're starting with is this one right here. So, well, they even have different lengths of tape. So, all right, here's 1. Here comes 2. And then I'm going to take number 3, also a shorter one. And so now I got all my tape on there. And all I have to do is take this piece right here. And I'm going to be flipping it over through that a little better. Mucho mejor. Right there, look at that. Right there. Okay. So we got that one on. Then we got to do the larger one in the same way, which is the piece that's right next to it. So this one is a plain silver piece. There's no blue on this one, which I hadn't really thought about too much. So what happens if I just attach this first to here? What if I do this a different way? What if I do break the rules, huh? Say I put that like that, peel it off, put it directly onto here, and there's that piece. So there we go. So all our metallic pieces that we're putting on for right now, I can put this, I'm gonna put this over here for now, out of the way and safety. Bringing back my leg right here. There sure are a lot of things that we're doing in this particular box. It seems like in the previous boxes we really didn't do that much. It's interesting, but anyway, all that we're going to be doing is putting this part on right here. So I just lay this down onto, there we go, onto here, so that all these pieces fit through here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm also going to bring down this cable, because I remember this actually has to fit down along this side, doesn't it? And then we got agreeably that they just sent with this box right there, and we're going to be sliding that. I don't think it matters which, oh maybe it does. No, it doesn't matter which direction. Just on like that. So there we go. That's where our hoses are going to connect later on. And with that, I'm done with that issue. And moving on, a little bit more having to do with the foot and the leg here. Ooh, and an eyepiece. So that's this package right here. The rest of our foot. There's no screws in there, luckily. Check motion sensor that this one comes with. It's a motion sensor, or actually it's a proximity sensor. Actually, that's what it is, I do believe. Infrared sensor, yep. Oh, infrared. Huh. Okay. And take this out real careful. Interesting. I really assumed they sent us that clear plastic piece we had to do on the other leg, and it's not in here. Strange. Whatever. Okay. So, starting off with what we're gonna do. First, I bring back my dome over here. I kind of like the way I did my last one. I'm gonna just stick the parts onto the additional metal piece. Just like so. And I'm assuming that this is temporary. I hope that's not their permanent solution for these staying on. Or keeping them in place. Maybe it's to line them up so when you close things up, they're essentially in the spot where they'll be held in place. I guess that's also possible. But, okay. And so next to the piece that we last put on, right next to the hole, I'm going to be sticking this piece right here, which this is not the eye piece. This is that rear indicator light area. What do they call that? Doesn't really say what it's called. I think that's what it is though. This is the one that flashes yellow and green, I think it is. On the back. Which I think is also the light that I took out the other day. Because it was yellow and green. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Once again, doing pretty good. Bringing my leg back over here. I now have this piece as well. And I have this little sensor that's right here as well. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is actually connecting the sensor before anything else. And you know, personally, because we haven't actually connected anything, I think I'm going to take it off here to put on that sensor. So this is how the sensor will be laying on, just like this, with no clear plastic piece yet. Hopefully we don't have to take it apart to put on a piece till later. That seems so strange if we did, but we'll see. And then I need, I think maybe one of these. Sure enough, look at that. It's going all the way down. And it is in place now. So, got that part, just like that. And then I did lose the greebly too, so I'm going to put that back on. Greeblies. There it goes. Okay. And now I can put it back on the outside again. It's hooking right onto these little posts, just like that. And then we're going to be bringing around this part. Ooh, I took it the wrong direction because of course it went that direction on the opposing side where and I'm going to be plugging it in right here, just like, let's wait. Oh no. No. Oh no. You know, last time I said that you have to be careful before screwing this on, because last time, on the other leg, I ended up having to unscrew it in order to pull on the cables to make them the right length. This time I think I measured it out right, but somehow, even after I thought I looked at the ends, I put the wrong end on the wrong end. So basically, this is the large plug which won't fit in there, and then the small plug that will is on the other side. So now I've got to take the whole thing apart, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 screws. which took me a while to put on last time. More than less. Take it off. So, I'm back to where we left off. Like I said, one of the problems is that you really got to be careful. I mean, there's so many areas where you can go wrong. Even putting it back together, the greeblies, two of the greeblies kept on falling out. And so if you weren't careful enough, you'd have to take it all back apart again just to get those details back in there. And so, not fun, but we're back where we should be. I've got my cable already connected to my sensor, which goes down to here, and now I'm ready to put on this outer piece right here that's going to slot right over all this. And let's see here. So it should be going right on. Just, if I did it right, at least. Oh. Uh-oh, one of my greeblies fell out, so gotta locate it. Here we go. That hose connector is what came out. What are these black screws here? And woo! Oh, there it is. And that's it for, that's it for that volume, which brings us to the last part that we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna need this bag. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. Put this there, put that there. I'm gonna open up my bags here. So I got my stickers, which I'm gonna put over here. And then I'm gonna take out the bottom of my foot piece here. And so the first thing that we're gonna be doing is adding more to the head right here. And so that piece is the piece that goes right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my parts here, which includes that panel and two of my leg cables. And so first I'm going to take off these stickers, just like so, and I'm going to stick those on. Again, I'm going to start by just sticking them directly onto the piece, because it's been a lot easier for me to do it that way. This piece goes right inside of this piece right here where the hole is. You're going to be sticking it just like, okay, pretty good. Okay, so there's that part. I've got a lot of panels on here now. That bottom set is getting pretty well near done. And then I'm bringing this leg back around here. And what I'm going to be doing is just fastening the bottom part on first. So we're going to take this right here and just be putting it right here and fastening it using these black screws that are right here. And just like that, the bottom is all fastened on, and that is that. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, I want to thank Fanhome for providing these parts. Also, if you're interested in actually purchasing this model, check the links below. And don't forget to use the promo code R2-D2. Also, don't forget to check out our Iron Man build and other big videos that we got on the way. In the meantime, like, subscribe, comment below. This is your Geek Fix.